Peace and blessings, Life Warrior. Happy Monday, or whatever day it is you have landed on this video. Welcome back to your Monday message. I am Dharma Shakti, your host, with your weekly dose of something inspirational. I want to share with you something that somebody said to me that really was a game changer and a lifesaver for me in that moment. And so I'm hoping that somebody out there watching this today is going to receive this right at the perfect moment that I needed to hear it. Just like a similar moment where you need this little extra push. I know I needed it. It meant everything to me. So I was dealing with a situation that I had been working at for almost 8 years. And I had consulted with 3 different lawyers. I was working really, really hard to acquire something that not only did I want and would benefit from, but I actually really needed it. Like really, really needed it. But I was being denied. I was being told that there was no way it would happen. I was being told that I didn't have enough of what they wanted in order for me to get this thing. I was just getting rejection after rejection after rejection with not a lot of help and a lot of answers. I have a really great yoga student who has become a friend, who is also a lawyer. Shout out to Mark Coleman. Thank you so much. Thank you. This video is inspired by you. And he had referred me out to talk to a couple of different lawyers. I had talked to a lot of people about my situation, and Mark believed that this could be achieved. He believed in what I believed, but because I was getting rejected, because I was getting denied, because I was just getting nowhere, what it felt like getting nowhere, I was starting to get really discouraged, like exceptionally discouraged. And he said to me, I want you to listen close. He said to me, well, you have 2 options. You can either quit or you can keep going. And in that moment, I was like, quitting, it's just not an option. Of course I'm going to keep going. But I needed that reminder in that moment because I was so discouraged. I felt like quitting. I was losing my connection to my belief and my hope and in my connection to my ability to figure things out because I had been denied so many times. And I needed somebody in that moment to remind me, you have 2 options. You can either quit or you can keep going. And it was just the right message at just the right time to get me to keep going, to realize quitting is not what I wanted. It was not the outcome that I was seeking. It was not the outcome that I was attached to. And so really there weren't 2 options, but I had allowed my mentality, I had allowed my thought process, I had allowed other people outside of me to determine my outcome for me, and to deter me and to discourage me and to sort of chip away at my belief that what I was trying to achieve was achievable. And so I'm so grateful, and I'm hoping that this message finds you at just the right time, right? That right time that you need to hear it, where you are reminded when things are difficult, when things feel like they're not going to happen for you, you have 2 options. You can quit or you can keep going. It really is a choice, and I want you to remember that you have that choice. And I want you to know that you have the agency to make that choice. It has to be an inner decision. It has to be something from within you, right? That question or that statement that my friend Mark had given me at that moment, it was like it reignited the flame in me that was burning nice and strong, that was like, yeah, I'm doing this. There's no way that's not quitting, and it not happening is not an option. But I had forgotten because I got so caught up in my discouragement. I got so caught up in the constant denial and rejection and negativity that I was getting from the people that I was working with to achieve this thing. I'll share the thing in another video, but it's something that I have been working on for a long time, and I knew it was possible. I knew in me it was possible, but the authorities on the outside that I had to get past didn't. And they kept telling me it wasn't possible. They kept giving me the runaround. They kept just outright saying, well, if you don't have this, this isn't gonna happen. And I didn't have these things that they wanted from me. And if it hadn't been for that statement in that moment, I might have just given in and succumbed to that slippery slope of discouragement. That part of your mind that gets so disconnected from your original heart's desire because you get logically exhausted from trying to figure out how to figure it out. And I want you to reconnect, like I was reconnected, to that spark within you, right? You have two options. You can either quit or you can keep going. And you really have to make that decision for yourself. You really do. And I knew for me in this moment, quitting was not an option. It just wasn't. It just wasn't an option. And I needed that reminder to get me to really just lean in even harder. Like, oh no, these people are not going to keep me from what I know is rightfully mine. And so a couple weeks after that, I finally achieved the thing that I was trying to achieve. But that was a moment where I like, you know, when you come to a fork in the road, it's like you can go one way or the other way. I was about to go this way without even realizing it. That discouragement starts to settle in and you become complacent. You become resigned. That's how I was feeling. That discouragement makes you complacent and you become resigned, where you're just like, there's nothing I can do. It's just the system. It's just the world around me. I have no control, right? But I want you to know that you have control over what is going on inside your heart. And so sometimes you have to supersede the logic and you have to reconnect to that spark in the heart that just says, quitting is not an option. This thing that I want, it's so important to me. It's so necessary to me that quitting is not an option. I am not giving up. So my option is to keep going. What other way can I go? How else can I go about this? What haven't I tried yet? What avenue have I not driven down yet to see if that is a potential route to end up at the place that I want to end up? And those moments really will draw out your resourcefulness and your creativity. And so I really hope that this message finds you at the perfect time, just like it found me. And I want you to walk away from this video this evening or in the morning, whatever it is. And I hope that this message really touches your heart and reminds you that you're worth the effort. You're worth what it takes to keep going. And if giving up is the choice for you today, if you're just like, I'm at my wit's end, I don't like, that clarity is also amazing. This isn't like that statement is one answer is right, one answer is wrong for everybody. It's a clarifying statement. You have two options. You can quit or you can keep going. That's a clarifying moment. I want you to just take some time to feel within your heart. Like for me, it was an immediate response because my heart just knew. It was like quitting. No, it's not an option. But for some of us, sometimes stepping away and finally letting go of something is the option. Trying to push that thing to happen that maybe wasn't meant to happen. I don't know. I'm not in your situation. I just hope that this reflection helps to give you clarity if you're at a fork in the road. And I want you to notice how it hits your heart. Notice how it hits your heart. Because the heart knows. It was almost like a knee-jerk reaction when I heard that statement, and like just immediately it came out of my mouth that no, quitting is not an option. It's just not. And my heart just, it knew. And so take some time to sit with this if you need to. You can either quit or you can keep going. There's no right or wrong answer. There's only the right answer for you in this moment, and your heart knows the answer. Your heart knows. Okay, so I want you to take some time to listen and figure out within yourself and get that clarity so that you can make that choice, because that place of indecision or that place of not knowing, but more importantly, that place of discouragement is exhausting. It's exhausting, and I don't want you to stay there any longer than you need to be there. So get some clarity and make a decision. I hope this helped you today. If you liked this, please drop me a comment in the comment section down below. Please do me a big favor, hit the like button. And if you do not subscribe to my page yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and get notified every time I drop a new Monday message for you. All right, my friends, enjoy the rest of your week. I hope that you go out there and do something that fills your cup this week, something that lights your heart on fire, and that you take time to reconnect with that heart that knows. From my heart to yours, so much love from me to you. Namaste.